Wipes. How much does a polar bear weigh?
What the fuck?
How much does a polar bear weigh? Polar bear weigh?
I don't know, like 2 tons?
I love to break the ice. Welcome to Mindset Madness episode 3. I am Sanjay.
Ricky.
Daniel?
And we are back. I know we did get a chance to do last week's episode, but we're here today.
And look who's back.
This guy.
You didn't know he was gone, but he was back.
Yeah.
And he's going to tell you where he went.
I went to Jamaica.
Nice. We're going to play a Jamaican song.
Yeah.
I don't know what song.
You gotta wait.
Jamaica, Jamaica.
All right, there you go.
Jamaica. Okay.
Yeah, no. Went to Jamaica for 7 days. Stayed at the resort there.
Yeah. How was the resort?
This is my second time going to that same resort. So the first time around, it was nice. Second time around, I guess, because there was like a lot of kids at
Yeah.
the resort. It was okay.
How was the plane ride, bro?
Oh, don't even get me started with that, bro.
Oh.
We'll get into that later.
Okay. Food, the hospitality, everything.
Yeah, so the hospitality and stuff, you know, their culture is similar to like us, like in terms of like food and stuff like that. So food wasn't really an issue. There were some things that were repetitive in the buffet,
Yeah.
but other than that, like
Did they have like
everything's
a lot of authentic? Because I know usually they cater for just American food.
yeah.
but, like,
So what they had like a little jerk hut.
oh yeah, that's sick. We had
The
that.
man would go there every day at 11 o'clock. And from 11 o'clock to like 6 o'clock in the afternoon, this guy would be chopping up
Jeez.
jerk chicken, cooking burgers. There'd always be a lineup running around the whole place.
That
Yeah, I'm
food is-
hungry, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
You didn't bring back no KFC for me, eh?
oh, don't even get me started on that, bro.
What'd
We
you
ordered
got?
KFC to the resort.
Yeah.
And
That was bussin', bro. It just
It
tastes
was.
just like the one in Guyana or in Trinidad. That kind
I
of
had it in
KFC.
Jamaica. I didn't like
Those
it.
of
but-
you who know,
I didn't
know.
like it.
Nah, man,
Yeah.
you gotta get a Zinger sandwich.
Yeah.
Yeah, we.
The Zinger sandwich? Bro.
Yeah. Overall, I'd rate it like 8.5 out of 10.
So
You know?
particular. You didn't want to say like an 8.73
Nah,
out
you
of 10
gotta
or
get
something?
particular with these resorts because sometimes these people post on TikTok like, "Oh, it's a nice resort, this and that," but when you go with something else, so it was a good resort, great food, great people. Beach was amazing. I haven't
It's always clutch.
been swimming at a beach since the last time I've been there in 2018.
Wow.
Damn.
So, yeah, I didn't even go in the pool, so I went in the
You
pool
didn't go in the
once and that was
pool?
it. No.
Well, nah, yeah, it's bare
When you
kids
got a
inside the
beach,
pool.
what are you gonna do in
Yeah.
a pool, bro?
But some resorts, yeah, you have to end up going in the pool because
Yeah.
it's all rocks, seaweed by the beach, or it's just it sucks.
Yeah.
I've been to resorts like that, so
Yeah, but then you go to the family resort, so it's like all kids in the pools. It's kind of
Sometimes.
Okay, so they have a few. They have a few of them. They have 2 that I know of that have like swim up bars. Not really any kids in there. The main pool, there are 2 main pools. Those ones had all the kids because they did like activities and stuff for them during
Yeah.
the day. But it was nice to like see like all the stuff. Like the staff really carried that resort, like in terms of entertainment and stuff. So
Yo, San saying that's where we're going next year.
yeah.
we have to.
Great.
We have to.
And
So what else happened on this
anything
this
else?
trip?
happened?
Anything special?
Dun dun dun. Well, actually, no, that's not the right sound effect.
I
But
think I think everybody watching pretty much knows that I proposed there.
no.
Yeah.
What?
Your boy's engaged.
Oh,
So
wow! Congratulations.
My son has grown up.
yeah,
That's what's up.
done big man now.
Man.
The man married now, man.
No, not yet. Not yet.
yet.
But
Not yet.
you're almost there, man.
Almost there.
Yeah, almost there. So, take us through, I guess, the
So
process.
yeah, I did it on the second day because I figured like while everybody has their fresh cuts and stuff, everybody's still fresh. So you get
Before you
better.
get burnt out.
Yeah. So everything pretty much went to plan. It went perfectly, actually. Got my sister. Shout out to my sister, Marissa.
Shout out.
My cousin, my parents, obviously, and her 2 sisters and her mom. They did an amazing job with like helping with like decorations and keeping the secret, and everything went perfect. Like she had no idea, and I was very surprised at that. I thought she kind of knew, but she had no idea.
And how did you like?
Yeah,
was
how'd you
it
do
like
it? How'd you
just
do it?
like you say you're going to dinner, like just you and her?
Yeah, so the plan was we were supposed to get a reservation at a restaurant. So say, okay, yeah, we're gonna go to like this. They had an Italian restaurant there,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm like, okay, we'll go to the Italian restaurant. But it turns out the Italian restaurant was fully booked, and for those a la carte restaurants, you have to like make a 2-day advance reservation. So when we
2
tried
days in
to,
advance?
yeah, so when we tried to, we like explained to them like, yo, like this is gonna be like an engagement party kind of thing. They're like, nah, we're full. So we have to like stick to like another plan. So my girlfriend's like, so what are we gonna do? Do you want to do your, because originally I was like, let's do a dinner for my birthday, because that was the original plan.
Yeah.
We were supposed to go there back in February. So I told everybody to dress in white, and then everybody, shit, I lost my train of thought.
A few moments later.
So yeah. So original plan, go for my birthday, do a birthday dinner, dress in all white, everybody drinks, eats dinner, have fun. So that was the original plan. So when they told us that the restaurant wouldn't take reservations and they didn't have any space, my girlfriend's like, so do you want to do it another day? So I was like, nah, I want to do it today still. Maybe we could just do it at the buffet, because the buffet was still nice, you know?
Yeah.
And she's like, no, but like, what's the point and this and that? So I was like, okay, you know what? I told my sister to tell them, because we had a group chat. I said, okay, just say in the group chat that we were able to get a reservation.
Okay.
So we did that. And that day we spent at the pool, at the beach. We got back to the room early. We started getting ready, pre-drinking and stuff. And in my head, I'm like, bro, like, little does she know, like, what's going on.
Yeah. Which
So
is
then
good.
I told, like, my sister was like, okay, tell her that we should meet them up at my sister's room. So I was like, okay. And that's where they had, like, the gazebo and stuff.
Yeah.
So I told him, okay, let me know when you're ready, and then after we'll start we're heading over there. So we're heading over there, and then there was like a washroom and then like a step to go down to the beach. So I was like, okay, we'll go on the beach and we'll walk to their room, because it's like a detour kind of. You go around the beach,
Yeah.
and then the gazebo's right there. So brought her up there. The photographer guy came up to us. He's like, hey, do you guys want some pictures? Like, we're just walking around the beach asking for pictures. So, like,
But you
yeah.
paid, like you knew those guys already.
My sister did. So rewind back to like when we were on the beach that day, that same photographer my sister and my cousin spoke to about taking pictures later that evening. So the guy came up to us earlier and was like, when we got on the beach, he's like, oh, let's take some pictures and this and that, because you got photographers everywhere on the resort.
Yeah.
And then you go to the shop and then you just buy whatever pictures you want. So it was like a nice like pre-picture photo shoot thing. So the same guys were there, and she's like, oh, what are those guys doing there? I'm like, I don't know. They're probably still taking pictures. So the same time the guy was taking pictures of her, the other guy, his assistant, just pulled me to the side and gave me the ring, because I couldn't keep the ring on me.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so then she saw the gazebo and stuff, and we're walking up, and then,
Didn't
my
say
sister.
anything.
No, she's like, she didn't say anything yet. And then when she started hearing music, that's when she's like, what's going on?
Oh, here we
So
go.
I'm like, let's see. And then she sees everybody, right? Because everybody was like hiding in the corner.
Oh shit.
And she sees everybody, and then she's like, what are you doing? What's going on? So then I didn't really say much. I'm like, let's go on the gazebo there. So, I said what I had to say. I didn't really say much, because like, it just like, I was really nervous. I actually called this guy before I went. I was like, yo.
Yeah, was it before the flight? No, it was
No, before
before he proposed, yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, shit, yo, what do I say?
Let's sing one, two songs.
No, what do I say?
Okay.
Should have put you
Let's go
there.
put the speaker box
Yeah,
down his head.
yeah, let's sing one, two songs. Yeah.
Yeah, so just popped the question, and she said, yeah.
Well,
And then when I put that ring on her and it fit, I was like, oh, thank God.
all right.
I felt even more relieved.
Bro, I
That's-
can imagine.
That's
Yeah.
oh man, we're happy for you.
Thank you.
And
Turn big man no. Big man thing.
wedding coming soon. You don't know yet.
Kids too.
Kids.
Start planning for year 10.
Yep.
This guy wants 10 kids.
This guy's gonna need a sprinter.
Airplane.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, he's gonna need his own private jet to fly anywhere.
Oh, God.
Jeez, 'cause you know how much it's gonna be the cost if you had to fly anywhere?
That's why I got to think about all those things. I really want 10 kids now.
Yeah, how you gonna take?
Especially the experience I had on the plane, bro.
How you gonna take 10 kids to Disney World?
Oh,
Disney Plus. Disney Plus. Now we
You're going to know Disney World, bro.
Disney Plus and Trust.
You got Disney World at home, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that Disney Plus and Thrust. You know,
Oh,
can't be no Netflix and chill, no Plus and Thrust.
Wow, man, that's so engaged.
yeah.
So what's it like after now? Like everybody's congratulating you. Like what are those like moments like after?
Does it feel real yet?
Honestly, because we've been dating for so long, it feels like we've already been like engaged and married already at this point. 8 years, like things got serious in like the first 2 years, and yeah, I don't think it's hit me yet, but when it does,
I don't think it'll until you probably hear someone call you the fiance,
Yeah.
and introduce you as this is so and so's fiance.
yeah.
Then it'll just be like, whoa, it's weird.
And
Like,
when I
bro, to this day, I've been married 3 years almost,
Mhm.
and people be like, oh, this is CJ's husband. I'm just like, bro, what the fuck?
Or father of the kids.
And I'm a father, bro.
Yeah.
I got 2 little things calling me daddy. That's weird.
And they're so cute because they're so white.
Yeah.
Because his wife is white. He'll be here next week.
Kids.
We hope. But today, like, speaking about engagements and marriage, and that's what we wanted to kind of touch base about today. And, what we all kind of have to go through, even with the pressure of our parents, saying, when you're going to get married, when you're going to have kids, not just from our parents, even grandparents, if they're still alive, and, just all these different things. And, with Ricky on the hot seat, I mean, did you have that pressure? You said you've been with your girl for 8 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, was there a point where like it started? Like, okay, when's the marriage? When?
So luckily, like my parents spent, well, my mom at least, my dad came shortly after. Like they spent most of their lives here, so they kind of understand how things work. So I've never really felt pressure about like getting married or anything like that. Like
Yeah, it's
I
not
know
like it's the same as back home in Trinidad and Guyana and stuff, right? Like everybody
Yeah.
over there is pressuring you.
like a
constantly.
lot of people that I know, their parents are like on them, like you got to get married this day. Like one of my friends, he's not West Indian, but he had a girlfriend over here, and his parents went back home to I don't even remember where they are, but maybe I shouldn't say where they are, but
Okay.
they went back home, and they called him 2 weeks later, and they're like, go renew your passport. You have a ticket coming here at so-and-so date, and you're getting married on this date. And that's all they told him. And I was like, and when he told me that, I was like, bro, you've been dating the girl over here for like almost 8-9 years. They've been like high school sweethearts. How are you gonna tell her?
Yeah.
And he's like, bro, I have no idea. I got a lot to think about. But he's married now. He seems happy, so I'm happy for him. But it's just like that kind of like upset me,
Yeah, I can't
like
imagine.
his parents didn't care, and they knew that he had a girlfriend over here,
Yeah.
It's just because he never proposed or got married yet.
Yeah,
sped
they
things
expect
up
you to
for
do
him.
it by a certain age
Yeah.
and stuff. And it's like,
So-
dude, it's
Were your
not.
parents like that, Wipes? Did they pressure you about
No. No.
And
When I
then,
told my
like-
mom that I was getting married, like, oh, I'm going to propose to CJ, she's like, well, it's about damn time. You guys only been dating for so long. I'm like,
Yeah, I
But-
got that too from a lot
But
of
even
people.
before, like, yeah, okay, let's say when you guys were dating, was it a lot of comments, like, not just from them, like aunts and uncles, or like,
I so me and CJ, we got engaged back in, I think it was 2020.
Pandemic,
We
yeah.
found out she was pregnant in 2021. And first thing, like one of my aunts, she saw me. First time she seen me in years. First thing she said to me, "So when's the wedding?" Why is that your business for? It's like the old mentality that they still bring over from Trinidad. It's just like,
yeah.
why, bro? Like, why? Why is it any of your business?
Yeah.
I feel like when people
Like-
ask that, it's just like an excuse to party.
But the craziest thing is, we're not blood related.
Yeah.
Like I've known her since I was a baby. My dad's grown up with them and everything.
Mhm.
But like, why is that your business?
Yeah. Like coming from like a grandmother, like my grandmother would ask me all the time, "Oh, when are
Yeah.
you gonna get married?" All of that. I'm like, I'll get married when I'm ready, you know.
Yeah.
And then she pulls those things like, "Oh, you go wait till my dead before
Yeah,
you get,
yeah.
then
That's
you can
the
get married."
worst.
And I was like, nah.
No,
it's not
my
even like
grandparents
that.
never.
Because it's different. Like the time back then, you could get married and have a big party. Don't worry about having to spend as much money as you do now.
Yeah, like hundreds of thousands of
Yeah.
dollars.
Then
on a
you got to
wedding.
worry about, okay, like, where am I gonna get the money to get a house now? You know, where am I gonna have
And
kids?
they were getting married at like legal
Yeah.
ages that can't fly in today.
Yeah.
At like 12 or 13. And like, we're not making this up. I'm sure other people's, grandparents, especially grandma. I don't think our parents, maybe as young as maybe 18, 17,
Well, they got married.
like got married.
My
Yeah.
parents got married at 18.
Yeah. Like my grandparents, they met, I don't know the exact age, but like it was under 16, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't even know when my grandparents got married. No, my grandparents got married when they were. I don't know. I really don't even know. But it wasn't that young. It was not that young.
Yeah. Back home mentality is just,
But my grandfather, he never, when he found out she just was pregnant, no questions about wedding or nothing. He never pressured me into anything like that.
Yeah.
just a nice
He,
congratulations.
all he just cared about was if I was happy, if I'm doing good, and that's it.
Yeah. That's pretty much what my parents were like.
And my
they didn't-
parents, yeah.
I didn't feel no pressure from them to get married. Like I did this
No.
because I wanted to do it.
My parents wanted me to just make sure my head was on straight and I was kind of set in life before I started taking on all these other responsibilities.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Like,
all they want
that's-
from you.
Yeah, they just want me to be,
Yeah.
Best thing I can. Just make sure that I was okay, that they wouldn't have to worry about me.
Mhm.
But as a parent, you're always going to worry.
Yeah.
So.
Me, on the other hand,
Goat bite
as-
or what?
yeah, like go to Ricky's house today, like Ox, shout out Ox. Man asked me if I get married. I said no. He's like, you don't find nobody? No. Goat bite you? No. Do I know what that means? No, but
It means like
it's just like, yeah, like again, it's just all fun, but like from my parents, my mom especially, like, yeah, it's always like all the time. And when you have a
That's
large
why we don't
friend,
show up at his house anymore.
yeah, when you have a large friend group who is majority with kids, they're not afraid to say that in front of you. And I think I mentioned this on the last part or the first one. It's part of the reason why I don't invite them nowhere. Because I ain't able with the headache anymore. It sucks, but it's the truth. And
tell them to come by themselves. Don't bring the kids away.
no, you can't do that. And it's just, I hear it all the time now. You said, your grandma, my nanny up to yesterday.
Yeah.
When you go find it, yeah. And like trying to explain to them what goes on today is,
Yeah.
they say they understand, but come on,
Yeah.
you really don't. So
Yeah.
that pressure is like, from me, and I'm sure there's other people that face it too. Like, yeah, it's definitely not easy. Like mentally, it takes a toll on you. But the right
It's like
one.
a give and
come.
take. You gotta like understand like what they grew up doing versus like how it is now, because they don't have the same mindset that we do.
Yeah, like
Things back then was a lot different than it is now.
Yeah.
you used to think at 25 be married with kids.
Yeah.
If you did that, that's awesome.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like I used to think that. I'm
I think-
31 now. I'll be 32 in less than a month.
I think my parents were 22 when they had Jordan, and then they were like 23 or 24 when they had me.
Yeah. So it's just the times is different, and some parents, they kind of live in the modern time where they have a better understanding. Some of them do, but it's mainly more back home.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
And there's still people back home that are getting married at like 18, 20. I think
yeah,
that's,
yeah.
Like, there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. It's just the fact that you're constantly getting pressured and then compared to
Yeah.
other people. When
Or
it's like,
being forced, like your friend
Yeah.
basically
That was
who had somebody. Like that's
that was
messed
crazy.
up, man.
That
Like,
was
that's-
so crazy.
I can't imagine like what he must have been going through. Like that's
I tried to
be
be there
told.
for him, but I didn't really have much contact with him because over there you don't really have much cell service.
and the other pressure too is like, oh, grandkids or like
Okay,
kids.
yeah, that's a different story. Because once all my cousins and stuff start having kids and my parents go around them, like, that's when the questions start. When are we gonna have grandkids and things like that? So
yeah.
that's a whole different thing. Like, I gotta make sure like me and her are good. We're
Yeah,
married. We got our
absolutely,
own
100%.
space to take
You got to
care
make
of the
sure
kid.
you feel like you're financially stable too, because
And I don't want like anybody to think like having kids is like a burden financially. It should be something that you want to like have like as a choice, and you shouldn't let the finances get it in the way of that. But obviously, it does play a big role.
Especially
Yeah.
now because things are more
like
expensive.
okay,
Wipes will
you
give an
can't
example.
really have. I mean, you could have a kid if you're working for minimum wage, but do you really want to be struggling like that?
Exactly.
If you want to be,
want that kid to grow up differently than how you were raised or grown up. You know,
exactly.
you don't want
You
to,
want them to see you that you're suffering and you're struggling so much,
and you don't
trying
want
to
them
provide for them,
struggle.
right? And then
Yeah.
they're going to feel like you're kind of resenting them at the same time, and it's not really the case.
Did you have that also too, Wipes, when you and CJ got married? Like, well, I guess, okay, she was already pregnant, but prior to that, was there like a lot of comments? And again, like, oh, when are you going to get Greg? No?
No,
Lucky.
my parents said they were too young. They didn't want. They didn't want to have no grandkids. They're like, no, I'm too young. I don't want to be a grandparent yet. And they became grandparents, I think, at 50.
A nice age.
Yeah.
Mine, on the other hand, God, I feel so bad. My mom kind of, yes, no. Dad, oh God. I you know.
Grandkids, they're very good for your parents. Like you
Yeah.
could see their like their smiles. They're happy. They're laughing.
They kinda,
all
like,
that.
and
you
what I
want to
heard-
see your parents like that. You want to see them
Yeah.
that happy.
Like, I see my mom. She'll get down on her knees and chase after my daughter.
Yeah.
Like, bro, it's crazy. And my son, my parents love him.
That's awesome. I mean, I think, you know, it's hard to get pressure from your parents because they're your parents, right? Like,
Yeah.
you want to be.
They
Yes,
just don't
it's
want to see
better.
you struggling
Yeah.
at the same time, right? Like, they want to see you happy. Obviously, they're more than happy. They just don't want to see you struggle
Yeah.
and have to go through like what they had to go through when they were
Exactly.
young.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's each year goes by, it gets harder. Like,
Yep.
it's not
then
getting
you-
any easier.
Yeah. You blink and then you realize, oh shit, I'm 28.
I'm gonna be 32.
32.
And,
Dude, just
yeah.
wait till you have kids. Wait, time just goes by like
Yeah.
10 times faster.
It's yeah, damn.
I've been a parent for almost 3 years now. Can you believe that? Me.
No, we can't believe
And they
it.
survived. Must be doing something right.
Yeah.
But how
Still
is
go
it?
fishing, so that's good.
How is it like, you know, okay, from your point of view, obviously it's physical, running, changing, doing all that stuff, but mentally, like, how is it with kids? Like, be brutally honest.
It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a
Yeah.
lot. Just because some days it's like you feel like you start to question, are you really doing enough, or can you do better, or start questioning your parenting skills. I know like there's some days that are a lot harder than most,
Mm-hmm.
and then you really start to question like, am I a bad parent? Can I do this? Am I made to do this? And then like my daughter, she's really clingy to CJ because CJ spends all the time with her, right? Day in, day out. That's her person. So anytime something happens at the house and it's like, I want to try and help her out with something, she'll be like, no, let mommy do it. Dude, that hurts. Like, it hurts bad.
I can imagine.
Because then I start to feel like, oh, she doesn't like me. She, like we don't have that bond, or
and it's not because you don't want to. You're at work all day.
Yeah.
right? Like, dude, this week in 4 days I worked 42 hours. That's after lunch is subtract. Okay, so say 47 hours I worked.
Okay.
That's just working hours plus the time driving.
Yeah, you
Dude,
do a lot of driving.
a lot.
yeah.
Right? So it's like for 3 days this week, I didn't see them at all. I was out from 6 a.m. and then I got home at like 8 p.m. They're already asleep.
And you said it hurts. Like
It
when you
hurts,
said
dude,
stuff
right?
like that because.
But then it's like, then you have days where you get home and she gets overly excited. Like as soon as she hears me punching in the code, she'll get down from wherever she is. She'll be up at the table and she'll hear me punching the code at the door. And she sees the time, she knows it's me. And she'll run to the door and she'll look and she'll scream, "Daddy's home!" And she'll just run to the door and she'll just ask me to pick her up and just throw her up, like, because I just pick her up and just throw her up in the air and stuff. Or I'll just chase her and she'll play hide and seek as soon as I get into the door. And it's like, and then those moments, it's like, wow, it's the greatest, absolute greatest feeling ever.
So it's kind of like
There are some days it
it's
is
good
harder
and
than
then some days are
yeah.
bad. Like
Yeah.
straight up, like
But like when you think your kids don't like you, or they just don't have that bond with you, it's just no, they just find more comfort with the person that they spend the most time with. It's not like they don't not love you. Obviously, they love you a hell of a lot. It's just that's their person. That's their comfort zone, right? So it's something that I kind of still got. I still have a lot of trouble with, and I still tell CJ to this day. It's like I feel like I'm not doing good enough. I feel like I'm a bad parent some days because they don't want me the same way that they want you.
Yeah.
And she always tries to talks me. I can't English.
They'll
She
have
always
their
tries
own
to talk it
moments
into
with
me.
you guys.
Huh?
They'll each have their own moments like with each of you guys, each parent.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, right now they might be more close with CJ. Sorry, your wife. And
That's okay. They already know the name.
yeah, once they get older, and you guys start doing things together, you don't have to keep an eye on them as much. And then, like for example, you take them fishing, like that's bonding with you.
Sorry, the water splashed.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that kind of stuff is what I'm talking about. Like,
Yeah, I already got my daughter like into fishing videos
you
and stuff.
go.
Like since she was born, slap
Yeah,
some fishing YouTube videos up on, and she would sit there and just.
I think about our parents, like some of our parents, when we were babies, like some of them worked 2-3 jobs. And like you kind of think back, you talking about how, yeah, man, like I'm at work all day, you feel bad. I wonder if they probably felt like that, you know what I mean? Because they're working, they're busting their ass trying to, provide for.
My parents sent me and Jordan to Trinidad he went down there for a year, I think, once. And then they sent me and him down there for 9 months because they both had to work. Yeah. Everything was tough, right? So we stayed with my grandparents. And
Yeah, a lot of us, if you're fortunate enough to get raised by your grandparents too, if
that too.
you're fortunate enough, and like, yeah, that was part of it. And that was also different going to grandparents too. Like, you still get beat 1 or 2 times.
Yeah.
No, I think that's a common thing with like getting raised or like growing up a little bit with somebody else, like with your grandparents. Like when I was born, my parents had to work; they had to provide, so they had to bust their ass to put food on the table.
Mm-hmm.
My dad, for example, he stayed with his aunt and uncle in a different part of Guyana for like years, right? Because his parents they had so many kids already, they had to like prioritize certain things to like save more money and for the future.
Yeah.
And like for example, when your parents sent you guys, that's like a common thing. Like my cousins would spend summers in Guyana so their parents could work in the summer and save as much as they can.
Yeah.
So sometimes you got to make that sacrifice, but ends up good in the long run.
I think it was like every summer I used to go Trinidad, bro.
Yeah.
Like, the entire summer.
Yeah.
It'd be sick.
Sacrifice is a big word. Like, our parents, everyone's parents sacrificed. They did so much, whether working 1 job, 2 jobs, 3.
And when you're a kid, you don't even realize it.
No, you
You
don't.
don't
Like,
realize.
you
You
just realize-
take
you
everything
just
for
know you're having
granted, right?
fun.
Until
Yeah.
you're old enough that you're put in that same situation. You have your own kids. You have your wife to take care of. Dude, it's a lot. It's a lot.
And it's
not
I
easy.
can only imagine again, like working for so long and then you coming home and they may not want to see you, and it sucks because you want to be
Not that
there.
they don't want to see me. It's
They're
they're gone to bed already.
Well,
most of the
there's
time.
that
Yeah,
too,
that
but then you're working, right? Like,
Yeah, like I'll always call them like throughout the day and stuff,
which is good.
and my daughter should be like, "Where's Daddy? Where's Daddy? Daddy, what you doing? What you doing?" And she has this thing where she has to repeat the question like 5 times, even if you already answer it. So she's like, "What are you doing?" "I'm driving." "What are you doing?" "I'm driving." "What are you doing?" "I'm driving." "You working?" "Yeah." "What are you doing?"
That's love. That's
Yeah,
love.
yeah.
Like that's that's
But it's great. It's great.
that's good, man.
Because
And,
though when you get days like that, the bad days, it's not always bad days. It's not. You have bad moments, but when you have bad days at work, which is every day,
yeah, I mean, my parents the same thing. Grandparents, part-time parents, basically. Like both. My mom and dad worked. And then like you'd wake up. My dad used to wake up early, and he used to do shift work. So like you get up random times of the night or day and go by grandparents, and then start your day there too. And like it used to be fun to go to your grandparents' house because you see them once in a while. But when you go there all the time,
Yeah.
Yeah.
they start being bad.
Well, my grandparents. I didn't really have any family over here, like second cousins, but that's
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
I didn't have like all my aunts and uncles, like my dad's brothers and sisters, my mom's brother and sisters. All of them were in Trinidad. I have no first cousins over here, so it's kind of. And my grandparents were all over there too, so I had no family to really just go and see.
And that's tough.
That was hard.
Yeah.
That was hard.
Yeah.
But when it was time for like school and stuff, we used to go down the street to a family friend's house. That was lit. That was lit.
Yeah, man.
Those are the days.
It's definitely a different time now with, how things are working now with, with our parents and stuff like that. Some of them are retired now, and like, it's interesting because, my mom is retired and, she's made comments about, grandkids and whatnot. And it's like, okay, cool. But like, from time to time when you drop them off, like, do you want to give up your free time now? Like, you sacrificed all these years, you worked hard. Like, do you really want to have a baby there kicking and screaming? Like, again, not always kicking and screaming, but it's a baby, right? So you start to think about that as well. Like, it's very interesting. So,
Someone from Newfoundland's calling me.
and people in Newfoundland suffer too. No, I don't know. I'm just saying. But yeah, it's You ready for that, bye?
Yeah, man, I'm
That
excited.
life.
I'm excited to see what the future holds.
Wedding planning start yet?
My mom got a book.
No way,
shit.
really?
Yeah, it's a nice book. It has everything pretty much that you
All the
need.
vendors and stuff?
Not like with vendors, but like to like take notes and like
Dude,
make lists and stuff.
Chad GPT can write out the greatest wedding planning book for you. I already asked it to do it.
That's how we got our name.
Yeah,
I remember
yeah,
that.
Yeah.
Insert clip. But
If you missed that one, you can see it right there. Down there.
but since we have a little break, as you can tell,
Yep.
we are wearing custom T-shirts today.
Hey.
We're not gonna wear it all the time, but this was
Dude, why are you guys calling me for? Stop calling me.
no. These are the people who
5
made
seconds.
the shirts.
I'm filming, can't talk now, bye.
It's gonna
You
be
suck.
it's gonna be the Chinese like ching chong ching chong.
We need to put the clip in. You're sorry. He weighs our film.
You need a financial planner.
Go build the place.
So yeah, so we're wearing custom T-shirts done
Yeah.
by, I don't know if you can see this, but it's a company called Ink Bomb. They do printing apparel and accessories, and I've bought a few things from them before, and this was my gift to the guys. And again, we wear it
Don't
all
make
the
me
time.
look nice.
Yeah, so obviously it's our brand, it's our name. We want to put it out there, and
Hungry.
we're gonna put all Ink Bomb's information down there, like their Instagram, where they're located. They offer a lot of services, so you guys go check them out. And yeah,
Take off the shirt and show the camera. man.
You want me to
yeah. This man, I don't know. I've
No,
known
I
this
said
man.
take off the shirt. Man, take off the shirt. He wants me to take off the shirt.
No, don't do that. There's a wrong
Sure?
pod for that.
You don't want to see me strip right now, bro?
Ink Bomb. So yes, that was our.
Yeah, man, good quality stuff. Check them out. I like the quality. Came out really nice.
Fuck, this is bad. I don't know what the fuck to talk about now.
No.
Well,
Okay, now,
Okay.
seeing that you engaged, right?
Yeah.
Did you have any kind of, how can I say it?
doubts.
Any social pressure that you had to do it a certain way, or it had to be set up like this. It had to be done this
Because of
way.
social
You know,
media.
No, well, I like when I was asking for help from like the people that I asked, I envisioned something that I wanted for myself that I wanted from like since I would see them in the movies and stuff and like how everything was set up.
yeah.
I didn't want anything too extravagant. I'm not somebody to like go all out for like an engagement. So originally I was gonna bring my own camera, which I did, until like we found somebody who could do it, ease the pressure off of everybody.
Yeah.
You know, because I wanted everybody to be in the pictures and stuff. Just a moment that I wanted to like have forever.
Yeah, because you
to
want to
show
make it
my
something that's
kids,
like a
like
very
our
intimate
kids, you
moment,
know?
right?
So they could see, oh, look at mom and dad, they're so young. Like,
yeah.
I
So
wanted
young.
that. It's not the social media aspect. I didn't want it to look good for social media. I just wanted it to come out really nice and clean so my future kids can see them. And
Yeah.
Yeah, because
things
social
like
media obviously
because that plays a
It
big role. Like
influences
some
people too
people
much,
would-
bro. That's
it's,
Yeah.
it's the world nowadays we live in.
people
Everything
just
is
do
social
the
media.
big photo shoot just for Instagram, you know?
Right?
or
Like
TikTok
it's
or
like
whatever.
nowadays it's like there's no thought process that goes
Yeah.
into it. There's no sense of surprise to these to an engagement anymore, right? Like people are gonna hate me for saying it, but I really don't give a shit. Fuck it. You plan an engagement, you walk into a room and it says marry me. Where's the sense of surprise to that? You know, like, okay, some people may find it like it's nice, whatever. If you like it, fine, good for you. Call me old school, but I like it where it's like it's something intimate. It's something where you put a whole like a good thought process into it. Or sometimes it doesn't even have to have a thought process. It could be just like off the whim, right? And it's kind of like those ones that kind of seem a little more heartfelt, more. It kind of forms like a little deeper connection at that point because it's just you and the other person, right? Where nowadays like everybody's so wired to think that, oh, I gotta propose this way because I have to post it on social media, and if it doesn't look a certain way, people aren't gonna like it.
Yeah, no.
And I was like, dude, really?
No,
You know, like
yeah, it plays. I think social media, like even with like this on TikTok, there's so many families, and it's obviously great, and a lot of them have sponsor deals, so you have the money to go and
yeah.
make
Yeah.
6-7 kids or have the nice house, and I get it, you worked hard for it, but
Yeah.
I feel like there are a lot of people who are not in relationships or are and see these things and kind of want to emulate that, and it's like that's not really right. Like you should kind of just do your own thing.
Yeah.
And social media has really taken over a lot of people's lives, and obviously we use it for our platform, but at the same time, like what Wipes is saying about the marriage, like some people like that, some people like the more intimate thing.
Yeah. Like
You had
mine-
your family and friends there.
Yeah, there were like significant things to what I had set up. Like the banner was just like whatever.
yeah
The rose petals were nice, came out nice. The pictures in the ground, there were 8 pictures. So I chose one nice picture from every year that we were dating and put those on the sticks and
that's
put them in the
nice.
ground. So I wanted all that to be sort of not like for anybody else to say, oh, nice, it looks nice, because I wanted it. It's the special moment that we shared in each
Yeah.
of those pictures. And like the little signs and stuff, yeah, it look good on like when we take pictures and stuff, but it's just the moment itself. Like it went by like so quick, and it keeps replaying in my head, like her face, like everything. Like she was like so surprised, and that made me so happy. Like
bust a tear, eh?
I almost cried, almost like
you
it-
didn't
like,
cry, man.
just this much more. I
I
would
think I
have
did.
cried.
I think I'm pretty sure I did. I definitely.
You know what I
tore up
told
a-
her? Like when I'm like, I love you, right? She's like, yeah. So I'm like, so you want to marry me? Will you marry me? She's like, yeah. And it's funny, but like at that moment, like I was choking up. I didn't know what else to say. And like when she said that, I was like, damn, like I'm actually doing this. And
Yeah.
I almost cried. Like I was like shaking.
I was stressing at
Yeah,
work,
I
bro.
was stressing.
And I was stressing at work,
But
but
that was like the greatest moment of my life. You know?
Man, that's
might
good,
make
that's
me
good.
and Wipes cry now. Hey, you cry over there. What? Oh man, I mean, no, that's amazing. Like
Yeah.
that's
Sorry, I just gotta check this real quick.
yeah, that's awesome, and we're super happy for you, and it's just everybody wants to find love like that,
Yeah.
including myself. So I'm hopeful,
You
man.
will. You
and
will.
then
It'll happen when you least expect it, trust me.
yeah, as soon as I open the door to leave.
Yeah.
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 If you know, you know.
Plug
But-
the clip in right here where Sandra's going to ask for the washroom keys.
Oh my God, that's chill, bro. That's I had to pee before we go, so I know, man. That's
keys to the washroom? I gotta go potty. What? Yes, did you say yes, daddy?
No, yes, honey. Yes, honey, they're on the wall right there.
I picked the wrong day to be in the middle.
What?
I picked the wrong day to be in the middle. Malcolm in the middle.
All right, Malcolm.
Obviously, today we didn't prepare.
Well, okay. Originally, it was supposed to be episode 3 was supposed to be me, Sanjay, and my wife, but my son got sick and just things couldn't line up properly. So it was just, not the right timing. So he said we'll put it off. We'll wait until next week, and we'll kind of put Ricky over here and Mr. Sanjay on the hot seat.
Yeah, because I have some questions for the married couple. I want to
Me
know
too.
what my future holds.
What your future holds?
Yeah.
What do you think? I'm
And me and
like
Ricky know the
like a
questions.
fortune teller
So
or
I
something?
know, I know what to look out for when I get
We know the
married.
questions.
This
and,
guy thinks I'm a fortune teller, bruv.
No, and obviously this episode was important because, we're gonna be talking to CJ about
Yeah.
similar things, but from her, woman's point of view, and kids, and postpartum is a big one, and she's gonna give you advice,
Yeah.
and tips, and also,
Put the toilet seat down.
yeah, don't be like wipes.
No, that's not even a thing, bro. Like,
So and we
Never heard of
we
that
also
before.
wanted to make sure we did.
just
an
don't leave your
episode.
teacups around. You get
Yeah.
crust. I get it
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah, we had to put out content because, we didn't feel right not coming in last week. It sucked, but things happened. So,
Yeah.
with that being said, we still have a quote for you guys. Wipes is going to.
So I got it's a 2-part quote. Okay, give me 1 sec. I gotta pull it up. 1 sec.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're talking about like mental health and stuff, right? Some days you do find that days are harder than most, especially like when you're married, when you have kids. Like, there are days where you're gonna find it's really tough to get through. So this quote is, "There's hope even when your brain tells you there isn't." And the second part to that quote is something that I actually have tattooed on my back, and it says, "Faith sustains us when things seem hopeless."
Wow.
Wow.
'Cause, just like, yeah, you will face days that are a lot harder, but it's not always going to be that dark. It's not always going to be that hard. There's always going to be
Light at the end of the tunnel.
exactly. It sounds cliche to say, but it's the truth. There's always light at the end of the tunnel. The sun always sets and always rises the next day. You just gotta keep fighting. You just don't give up, no matter what you do. I mean, it's a lot easier said than done. I know there's a lot of things that people are dealing with that I don't know about, that I don't know how hard it is to deal with. But like, I'm not saying that I've had the hardest days. I know I've had can't even English, bro. I've had hard days, but I mean, if I could find it in me to kind of pull through it and keep pushing forward, I'm sure anybody else could do it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Wipes. That was
That was good.
really meaningful.
Oh, you're welcome.
And
A plus.
Is that a B plus?
A plus.
Oh, A plus. All right, all right.
no, that
First
was
A I forgot about.
And you know what? we talked about parents, we made some jokes about, but, shout out to our parents, everyone's parents, single moms, single
Parents,
dads,
grandparents,
aunts, uncles, everybody.
siblings, everybody.
Everybody has they're struggling. Everybody's thriving. So, you guys are the real heroes and not Batman. You guys are, you know what I mean?
What
So,
about Brampton Batman, bro? That man be fighting crime.
Gotta get him on the
yeah,
daily.
making them on the Rachel. And so thanks guys for watching. YouTube link
Episode
will be
3.
there.
Wait, before you guys end it off,
Oh,
we should get people to send us some questions, some
Yes,
stories. If you
yes.
guys had any stories,
Wait,
from,
we
like,
forgot. Wait. You were supposed to open up, right, and say, follow, subscribe,
Oh,
give us
sure.
5 stars on Amazon.
Nah.
No, Apple Podcasts
We are
and
insulting
Spotify.
yeah, we are insulting you. 5
this is
stars
not
on
where we
Amazon.
work, Mike.
5 stars on Apple Podcasts.
Okay, look. All right, hold on. All right.
Amazon Podcast.
I didn't say that at the beginning because I broke the ice with the polar bear thing.
Yeah.
So
Are you the polar bear or are you the grizzly bear?
okay, that's enough.
Did you just shed your fur for the...
But yes, full link on
You
YouTube.
actually did?
No.
Oh.
YouTube, full link, episode 3.
So yes, all of the link tree for for everything will be linked down below. Give us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Like, subscribe, share, comment, do all the good stuff. You know, all the nice
And
things
we're
that make
also
us
on
look good.
TikTok
You know,
and Instagram, and we're gonna be putting the link for Ink Bomb who made these t-shirts. Thank
Yeah.
you guys again. We appreciate it. They came out really good. Definitely gonna be copying some more things in the future. And yes, stay tuned for episode 4 next week.
this is episode 3. Peace.
Mindset